Ready whenever you get set.
Yes, sir. That counter? All the way to that counter. Ready.
Hello, sir. Could you give me your full name, please?
It's Bowie Coda Neal, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. Thank you, Mr. Neal. The state is alleging two charges against you, sir. The first charge is excessive speed, alleged at speed of 90 miles per hour in a posted 65-mile-per-hour zone. The second charge is driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license. The excessive speed charge is a Class 3 misdemeanor, and the driving suspended is a Class 1 misdemeanor. What I'd like to do, with your permission, is go ahead and arraign you and take a plea from you, and then depending on your plea, see if we can even move to the next proceeding. But to do that, instead of you scheduling you back to court for another day, I need your consent to waive your personal appearance to do that, and we do this by video. Do I have your permission?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So the Class 3 misdemeanor has a maximum fine of $500, a maximum of 30 days in jail, and 1 year of probation. What I can tell you is there's no jail time being sought on any of the charges, so you're not facing jail as a consequence of sentencing, whether you plead guilty or no contest, or whether you go to trial and are later found guilty. You're not facing jail time. If that changes, your rights change and you'll be notified of that. But as of now, you're not facing that. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The Class 1 misdemeanor has a maximum fine of $2,500, 6 months of jail, and or 3 years of probation. Same thing, there is no jail time being asked of that charge as well, with the same conditions. Your options are to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest. The difference between a guilty and a no contest plea is the following. If you plead guilty, you're acknowledging the facts of the case and admitting to the crime. If you plead no contest, you're not admitting or denying the facts of the case, but acknowledging the conviction. Both guilty and no contest show on your criminal history as a conviction the same. Okay. If you plead guilty or no contest, we'll move forward into sentencing today and save you another trip back, being that you reside in Casa Grande, and try to save those trips. If you plead not guilty, I will schedule you for a pre-trial conference. That's where you'll meet with the prosecutor at a later date, discuss the case. They may share the police report and any other evidence they plan on using at a potential trial date at a later time. At the conclusion of the meeting, one of three things will happen on a not guilty plea. Number one, your case will in fact go to trial. Number two, you could enter a plea agreement that all parties agree on. Or number three, the case could dismiss. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You also have the right to an attorney. Um, you can present the court with a qualifying reason for a court-appointed attorney at little or no cost if you wish, if you have a qualifying reason. But since I explained to you there's no jail time, that is one reason that would qualify, but that's been removed because there is no consequence in sentencing at jail, whether you go to trial and are found guilty or whether you plead guilty or no contest. So you would have to present another reason for that. Or you can hire an attorney at your own expense, or you can waive the presence of an attorney. Do you understand those options?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, regarding the attorney, do you wish to waive the presence of an attorney? Do you wish to hire an attorney at your own expense, or do you wish to provide the court with a qualifying reason for a court-appointed attorney?
Oh, I'm kind of not used to your guys' system. Um,
Let me know if I can answer any questions. I want to make sure
um,
you understand before you answer.
yeah. Maybe what I did was a little excessive compared to where I'm from. I don't know if I've ever been.
So let me explain that to you. I explained to you the penalty range on each of the charges, right?
Yes,
Neither one of those charges have a mandatory minimum consequence. So the court's discretion's from zero all the way up to those maximums that I told you earlier. So you're not facing a mandatory minimum.
yes, sir.
Some charges do have mandatory minimums. These charges do not, okay? Then I've informed you that you're not facing any jail time no matter what you plead.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's removed out of there. So you're looking at fines and or probation at the most.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
And
that's kind
the,
of what I'm used to, like fines
Yeah,
and
understood. Yeah. So that's what you're looking for as a consequence of this, whether you're found guilty after trial or whether you plead guilty or no contest. So what I'm asking you now is to be able to proceed forward. I need you to make an informed decision on whether you want to be represented by an attorney. So again, your options are: number one, waive the presence of an attorney; number two, ask for a court-appointed attorney and provide a qualifying reason; or three, hire an attorney at your own expense. Do you understand that?
yes, sir.
All right. Regarding the attorney decision, do you wish to waive the presence of an attorney? Or
Yes,
do
yes,
is that what you wish to do?
yeah,
Okay. So what I'll be sending you, sir, is a form that includes both waiving your personal appearance, okay, that we talked about. We're doing this by video.
yes,
And
sir.
secondly, it will be the waiving to the presence of an attorney, so that your signature on one form will take care of both of those. All right. Having said that, do you have any questions before I take a plea from you regarding the charge of excessive speed and also the driving suspended?
Um, no, no questions. Like I guess
Okay, you understand the difference of guilty and no contest and not guilty.
yeah, yeah. I get the difference between not guilty, no, and guilty, but
Okay.
the no contest. I really don't understand that so much.
Well, so let me, so the difference of it still shows as a conviction. So it runs parallel with a guilty plea. So it means that if you plead guilty, I'll go through a factual basis and you would acknowledge those facts and say, yep, I did that. Or if you plead no contest, you're not admitting to those facts, nor are you denying those facts, but you're acknowledging those that if it were to go to trial, that's what would be used against you. So
Um,
they still both show as a conviction, but you're not admitting or denying on a no contest. On a guilty plea, you're admitting. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah, that makes better sense.
All right. Do you have
Eh, yeah.
any other questions before you enter a plea?
No, 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 Your Honor.
How do you wish to plead to the two charges?
No contest on behalf of, I mean, driving. Sometimes you're not paying attention as much as you should be.
Okay, so I'll enter a no contest plea on both, and then we'll move forward into sentencing if you wish. That way I can save you a trip back to court. Is that what you wish to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
God, it's so cold here.
I have to make you aware of the rights that you're giving up by entering your no contest pleas. So I've explained to you the maximum penalty, and I also explained to you that there's no mandatory minimum, and I gave you those ranges. You recall that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, no, Your Honor.
All right. By entering no contest, you're giving up the following rights: the right to plead not guilty and require the state to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You're also given up the right to have a trial in front of a judge. You're given up the right to have the assistance of an attorney at all stages of the proceeding, including appeal. And that's where we talked about the attorney waiver form I'll be sending over to you. You're also given up the right to confront witnesses against you and cross-examine them as to the truthfulness of their testimony. You're given up the right to present evidence in your own behalf and have the court compel your chosen witnesses to appear and testify free of charge. You're given up the right to remain silent and to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and also given up the right to a direct appeal. I want to make you aware of possible collateral consequences. It's the possibility of them, it's not for sure. Possible collateral consequences include the possible suspension of your driver's license, an impact on a commercial driver's license or other professional license, an impact on insurance rates, the revocation of probation or parole, an increased penalty for further criminal charges, becoming a prohibited possessor if convicted of domestic violence charges. If you're not a citizen of the United States, a plea or finding of guilt may result in your deportation or being denied citizenship or reentry. Further on your citizenship, Rule 17.2 states if you're not a citizen of the United States, pleading guilty or no contest to a crime may affect your immigration status. Admitting guilt may result in deportation even if the charge is later dismissed. Your plea or admission of guilt could result in your deportation or removal, could prevent you from ever being able to get legal status in the United States, or prevent you from becoming a United States citizen. Understanding each of these rights I've just explained to you, sir, you wish to waive those rights and enter your no contest plea?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm a citizen.
Okay. All right. You may file a Rule 33 petition for post-conviction relief, and if denied, file a petition for review. I'll give you a letter that explains what that is. It'll also explain to you how to set aside the judgment of conviction pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 13905 once all the terms of the sentence have been completed, and you may qualify for a certificate of second chance and apply to seal the records pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 13911 once the terms of the sentence and the timeframes have been satisfied. I'm going to provide a factual basis now. Again, you're not admitting or denying the factual basis. You're acknowledging that those would be the facts that would be used against you if the case proceeded to a trial. And that is on December 9th, 2025, just after midnight at 0047 hours, you were contacted by the Gila County Sheriff's Office at or near milepost 239 on State Route 87. That police contact was for speeding at 90 miles per hour in a posted 65 mile per hour zone. In that police contact, it was found that your driving privileges were suspended, revoked, or canceled. That occurred in Gila County in the jurisdiction of this court, and you're here pleading no contest today. Does that sound consistent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I mean, on that charge, I plead guilty, actually. On the no license.
You want to, okay, so you want to change
Yeah.
your pleas? One's no contest and one's guilty?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not dumb, you know.
Well,
I knew what
your
I
plea doesn't say that you are. You're just, it's only admitting the facts or not admitting the facts.
yeah. Factually, I mean, I know I don't have a license. I drive once a week and that's it. And
Okay. So do you want to change your plea from no contest to guilty on both charges by one charge, or please make that clear to me?
um I don't know if it makes a difference. I'm I guess I could just go to no contest.
Okay.
With the speeding and then the guilty with the no license.
Okay, so you want guilty for no driver's suspended or revoked or canceled driver's license,
Yes,
and
Your
no
Honor.
contest for the speeding. Okay.
To be upfront and honest.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm hoping you are. So let me catch up my paperwork on that.
Yeah, I don't want anything to be wrong.
All right. All right. I've got that caught up now. Now, regarding your plea of uh, guilty to count B, which is the driving suspended, and no contest to count A, which is excessive speed, are you making those pleas voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nobody forced, threatened, or harassed you to make those pleas?
No, Your Honor.
Did anybody promise you any lighter sentence or punishment that if you pled guilty or no contest, you would receive that?
No, Your Honor.
Court finds that you entered your plea knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently and will accept your plea. I'll be sending you a form that talks about the rights that we just read to you. It has where you waive these rights with my initials next to them. That's what we just reviewed, okay? You'll need to sign that form. I'm going to be sending you a copy of the information on how to seal the records and set aside judgment that I told you about. Do you wish to give any statement to the court before we proceed forward with sentencing?
Um, no, just I mean, I guess I could say, I'm doing like the best I've ever been doing
Okay.
in life as far as, working, and I don't really have time to do anything else but work. And uh I sometimes I come through this way, sometimes I go south, sometimes I go north, but it's only been a couple weeks, and just trying to get everything back in order in my life, like the license and whatnot. And
Okay.
um I don't, of course nobody likes to have fines and all that, but um I mean they could have saved my life last night, you know. I was tired and I was driving, and
All right,
you
sir.
I'm a good driver, but you know.
Okay. So, is that all you wish to say, sir?
Yeah.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to impose. There's a standard fine for a driving suspended violation, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a break if you're able to do some things. So the fine is $481. I'll reduce that down to $202 if you're able to get your driver's license and produce evidence of that to the court within 30 days of today's date. Okay.
Yes, sir.
There's a imposed fine for the speed at 90 miles per hour in a posted 65 mile per hour zone. That's $265. There's a one-time jail fee for you to be in custody of $69, and one court security fee of $35.80. Okay, that brings a total balance due today of $850.80. Are you able to pay that today?
Um,
If you're
not the full amount, but
okay,
if I absolutely need to, I could, but
no, you
I'll
you
be flat broke.
You don't need to, sir. So what I can do is set you up on a payment plan. I have to add a one-time $20 payment plan fee, but we'll come up with a affordable monthly amount for you. So our
Okay.
new balance is $870.80 unless you produce that license to have the reduction, okay?
Yes, sir.
How much can you afford per month on the case?
With this, I could pay 100 a month
Okay.
easily.
Are you able to make a $100 payment today once you're released?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'll show that. So when you get released out of custody, the court is right next door to bit where you're being released. So you just walk over, make the $100 payment today, and then I'll schedule your next one 30 days from today.
Okay. I'll possibly pay it off before then.
Yeah, you can pay it earlier. You can pay more monthly. There's no penalty for that.
Okay. And do they give you an option to pay it through email or uh,
Yes, yeah,
online?
there's a website and a phone number that you can do it remotely if you wish. It does charge you for the merchant fee for the credit card or debit card, but on the bottom of your judgment and sentencing form, you'll see it highlighted at the bottom, that website and phone number to be able to make those payments remotely.
Okay. And the vehicle I was in, it's my fiance's car,
Okay.
and I don't know if I will be able to get my belongings out of the car, and I have a special ID tag for work.
Uh-huh.
Um, is there any way I can maybe have assistance to getting that or a few
Yeah,
things out of the car?
yeah, so the court does not control that, but you might contact the towing agency, and if you don't know who that is, if it's not on your paperwork anywhere, contact the law enforcement agency to inquire about getting your personal belongings out of the vehicle.
Okay.
Okay?
You guys can do that? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, all right.
I was
So,
I didn't want to have to drive or get a ride home, bring my fiance all the way back.
Right, understood.
You know, we have kids, and
Okay, let me
dragging them into this is like,
okay, let me review your payment plan that you've agreed to. You're making a $100 payment today. Make sure you appear in court before 4:30 to make that payment. Then $100 per month thereafter. The next payment is due on January 9th of 2026 for a total balance of $870.80. Now, and when I reviewed your some of your history, I do see some other violations and failure to appears and whatnot. What I'm going to do on this case, sir, is I'm putting you on 1 year of unsupervised probation. All that means to you is that you need to remain law abiding. If you don't remain law abiding, the consequences of this case can change. They can aggravate and become more consequential to you, plus whatever you violated. Once you pay all the fines and get everything done, you also can request to be released off of that unsupervised probation early, and me or another judge will review that and make a determination if you wish to do that. You understand?
yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you may request early termination of probation with completed terms. So yeah, I'll be sending you a form that talks to you about signing the sentencing form. I'll need to get that back from you. Do you have any questions about anything that we've talked about?
No, sir. I understand everything completely.
All right, so these documents will be sent over to you shortly. That's all I've got for you. We'll be releasing you out of custody.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You want me to send it to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good.